Question number one. Did you learn how to ride a bicycle in your childhood? Well, I don't remember how old I was, but my father bought me a bicycle with colorful tassels and a basket in the front. It was so cute and amazing. I can remember my father would teach me how to ride a bicycle after work. He taught me how to pedal and how to steer. And since I was so excited to learn, I learned very fast. I could keep balance and I could control myself, and sometimes I could speed up and I could slow down. And it only took like a few days for me to use training wheels. But after a few days, I was good and I could definitely ride a bicycle by myself. Hey everyone, it's time to reverse from my previous video. The question is, did you learn to ride a bicycle in your childhood? As it's an Ielts question, I have to use a variety of words and a variety of structures. So I said, my father bought me a bicycle with colorful tassels, as you can see here. And then I said there was a basket in the front. So I talked in detail. And then I said my father would teach me how to ride. Here, I used would teach me instead of taught me because I want to show my knowledge of tenses. When you want to use something in the past, you can use would plus simple verb. Would teach me. So it's like an action which was done in the past. And instead of simple past, you can say would plus simple verb because you want to show an ongoing action which happened in the past. And it was like a kind of habit or routine in your life. For instance, I wake up at 6 o'clock every day. And now I'm 30 years old. When I grow older, let's say when I'm 42 years old, that time I can say I would wake up at 6:30 in the morning when I was 30 years old. Then I said I could learn how to pedal and how to steer. So pedal, these are called pedal, and when you pedal, you put your feet on pedals and you try to move your feet. And then steer means keep balance or control your movements. And then I said I could keep balance. Well, first of all, let me talk about the structure of could. Most of the time, most students say I can kept balance. It's wrong because after modals like could, can, may, might, should, will, would, you have to use a simple verb. And second of all, the past form of can is could. This is why you should say, I could keep balance. And what about the meaning of keeping balance? If you keep your balance, you remain steady and you don't fall over. And then I said I could learn how to speed up and slow down. And so I use a phrasal verb here. And then I said it only took a few days for me to use the training wheels. So these are training wheels. And that's it. Well, my next question is, do people in your country ride a bicycle? I will provide you with an answer in my next video. Question number 2. Do people in your country ride a bicycle? Well, in fact, it's not safe enough for bike riders to ride a bicycle on the busy roads. Also, there aren't enough cycle lanes on the street. These are the reasons why people prefer to take a walk or, drive their own cars or use public transportation. Also, people have become lazy these days. They prefer to do something easier. So I think they find cycling too hard, especially in extreme weather conditions when the weather is too cold or too hot. So in my country, most people are not a big fan of cycling. Hey everyone, let's review some words about cycling. Question number 2. Do people in your country ride a bicycle? Well, I said people don't ride a bicycle because it's not safe enough to ride a bicycle. So the first reason is it's not safe enough. So when it's not safe, it's dangerous, and enough is a noun here, so you have to be careful. We use adjectives before enough, not after enough. So we should say it's warm enough, not it's enough warm. It's wrong. So when you use an adjective, you have to use it before enough. And then I said it's dangerous to drive on the busy roads. Well, busy roads are like streets full of cars where there are too many cars. And I said people have become lazy. Well, first of all, in Ielts, as I told you, you have to use a variety of tenses in order to show your knowledge. Here, I said have become because it's like an action which took place earlier, and now you can see the results. And then another reason that people don't use bicycles is that there are extreme weather conditions, such as flood maybe, or tornado, or the weather is extremely cold or like freezing or scorching hot. And finally, I said there aren't enough bicycle lanes in my city. That's it for today. My next question is, what are the advantages of cycling? Question number 3. What are the advantages of cycling? Well, there are definitely certain benefits in cycling. First, people can lose weight. They can stay fit, and sometimes they can build strong muscles. Then there is a good reason why cycling is really good. It can definitely keep the air clean, so they are really environmentally friendly. And finally, cycling is really refreshing and energizing. I mean, you can definitely boost your mood while cycling in the fresh air, and it's really good for your health, so you can be mentally and physically healthy. Hey guys, it's time to learn new words from my previous video. The question is, what are the advantages of cycling? Well, I provided a few advantages. Instead of avoiding repetition, I said there are lots of benefits, which is a synonym for advantage. And then the first advantage is that you can lose weight. So lose weight is the opposite of gain weight. When you lose weight, you become thinner and you become fit. You can stay fit means you can stay in shape. And you can strengthen your muscles means you can build muscles. And then another advantage of cycling is that it keeps the air clean. It means it reduces air pollution. When you ride a bicycle, you don't emit carbon dioxide. This is why it's environmentally friendly. It's eco-friendly, or it's good for the environment. And then another reason is that cycling is refreshing and definitely energizing. It gives you energy, and you can boost your mood, which means you can become happy, and you can get fresh air. When you get fresh air, you breathe in clear air. That's it for today. I will see you with another question tomorrow. What are the disadvantages of cycling? Question number 4. What are the disadvantages of cycling? Well, I believe there are more advantages in cycling rather than disadvantages. So I'm gonna only name a few drawbacks here. Sometimes poor conditions of roads are extremely dangerous for cyclers, as they may fall down, and they may get seriously injured if they don't have their helmets. So without helmets, it would be too dangerous. And sometimes you may get soaked on a rainy day. And finally, with regard to price, I believe cycling is a very expensive hobby. Guys, this is the last video about cycling. Question number 4. What are the disadvantages of cycling? Well, instead of repeating disadvantages, I said there are only a few drawbacks. And then the first disadvantage is poor conditions of roads are extremely dangerous. As you can see, there are holes here. And then I said sometimes you may get soaked on a rainy day. Get soaked means get wet. And remember, the preposition for day is always on and not in. And then I said some people can get seriously injured without a helmet. So you have to use this collocation. You can say get injured or be injured. And then finally, I said cycling is an expensive hobby. These are all disadvantages of cycling. Well, my next topic is dancing. I will see you with lots of questions and answers.